What if I told you that something so small, so ordinary, sitting quietly in your kitchen, could gently help open your blood vessels, improve circulation, and support your heart without expensive medications or complicated treatments? It sounds almost too simple to be true, but in medicine, we often see this. The most powerful healing tools are not always found in hospitals. Sometimes, they are found in nature. Today, I want to talk to you about a tiny seed, often overlooked, that may play a meaningful role in supporting your blood vessels and overall cardiovascular health. But more importantly, I want to help you understand why it works, who needs it most, and the common mistakes that prevent people from ever benefiting from it. As a doctor who has spent decades treating patients with high blood pressure, poor circulation, and heart disease, I've seen a pattern. Many people wait until something goes wrong, a heart attack, a stroke, or chronic fatigue, before they begin to care about their blood vessels. But here's the truth. Your blood vessels begin to suffer silently, years before symptoms appear. You may feel fine, but inside your body, your arteries could be slowly narrowing, stiffening, and losing their natural ability to expand. This condition is closely related to something we call endothelial dysfunction, the inability of your blood vessels to relax and widen properly. And this is where the real danger begins. When your blood vessels cannot open efficiently, your heart must work harder. Blood pressure rises, oxygen delivery decreases, and over time, this can lead to serious conditions like heart disease, kidney damage, and even cognitive decline. Now here's the surprising part. One of the key molecules responsible for keeping your blood vessels open and flexible is something called nitric oxide. This tiny molecule acts like a signal. It tells your blood vessels to relax, to widen, and to allow blood to flow smoothly. But as you age, or if you live with stress, poor diet, or lack of exercise, your body produces less nitric oxide. And this is where that tiny seed comes in. Certain seeds, especially those rich in natural compounds like nitrates, antioxidants, and amino acids, can support your body's ability to produce nitric oxide naturally. One powerful example is flaxseed, a small but incredibly nutrient-dense seed that has been studied for its effects on blood pressure and vascular health. Flaxseed contains alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, along with lignans, compounds that help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress inside your blood vessels. But here's where most people go wrong. They hear about a superfood, they add it randomly to their diet for a few days, and then they stop when they don't feel an immediate change. And that's mistake number one. Your blood vessels do not heal overnight. The process of improving vascular health is gradual. It requires consistency, patience, and understanding. Another mistake I see very often is using these seeds incorrectly. For example, many people consume whole flax seeds without grinding them. What they don't realize is that whole seeds often pass through the digestive system undigested. This means your body absorbs very little of the beneficial nutrients. So while you think you're helping your body, in reality, you're missing most of the benefit. Let me give you a real-life example. I once had a patient in his early 50s. He had slightly elevated blood pressure, nothing alarming, but enough to increase his long-term risk. He told me he was eating healthy, including seeds and nuts daily, but when I asked how he consumed them, he said he simply sprinkled whole seeds on his food. After making one small change, grinding the seeds before consumption and taking them consistently, along with a few lifestyle adjustments, his blood pressure improved significantly over the next few months. Not overnight, but steadily and safely. And that's how real healing works. Another critical issue is expectation. People often look for a quick fix. They want one ingredient to solve everything, but your blood vessels respond to a combination of habits: what you eat, how you move, how you sleep, and how you manage stress. Even the most powerful natural food cannot overcome a lifestyle filled with processed foods, inactivity, and chronic stress. And here's another important warning sign many people ignore: cold hands and feet, frequent fatigue, dizziness, or even difficulty concentrating. These can sometimes be subtle indicators of poor circulation. They may seem harmless, but they are your body's early signals that your blood vessels are not functioning optimally. So yes, this tiny seed can help, but only when used correctly, and only when supported by the right habits. In the next part, I'm going to show you exactly how to use this seed the right way, how much to take, when to take it, and what to combine it with for maximum effect. I will also share a few powerful, doctor-recommended strategies that can naturally boost your nitric oxide levels and help your blood vessels stay open, flexible, and healthy as you age. Because the goal is not just to live longer, it's to keep your body functioning smoothly, effortlessly, and powerfully for years to come. Now let's continue, because this is where everything begins to come together. We've talked about the problem. Your blood vessels slowly losing their ability to open, your nitric oxide levels declining, and the silent damage that builds over time. But now, I want to show you how to actively support your body in a way that is simple, natural, and medically sound. Let's return to that tiny seed, flax seed. If you want to truly benefit from it, the first and most important step is this: it must be ground. When flax seeds are ground into a fine powder, your body can finally absorb the omega-3 fatty acids, the lignans, and the fiber that work together to support your blood vessels. Without this step, you are only scratching the surface. A simple way to do this is to grind a small amount fresh every few days. You can add it to yogurt, sprinkle it over your breakfast, or mix it into a glass of water. The taste is mild, slightly nutty, and easy to include in your daily routine. Now let's talk about how much. For most adults, 1 to 2 tablespoons per day is enough. You don't need excessive amounts. In fact, more is not always better. Your body responds best to steady, consistent intake, not overload. But here is where many people miss a powerful opportunity. Flaxseed works best when combined with other habits that naturally boost nitric oxide. For example, leafy green vegetables like spinach, arugula, and lettuce contain natural nitrates. When you eat them, your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide, helping your blood vessels relax and widen. Regular physical activity, especially simple walking, also stimulates nitric oxide production. Even a 20 to 30-minute walk most days of the week can significantly improve circulation over time. And then there is something many people underestimate: breathing. Yes, the way you breathe affects your blood vessels. Slow, deep breathing helps relax your nervous system and improves oxygen delivery. This creates an internal environment where your blood vessels can function more efficiently. Now, let me share another important piece of medical wisdom. Inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of your blood vessels. When your body is constantly inflamed due to processed foods, excess sugar, smoking, or chronic stress, it damages the inner lining of your arteries. This makes it harder for nitric oxide to do its job. Flaxseed helps here as well, because its lignans and omega-3s have anti-inflammatory properties. But again, it cannot fight inflammation alone if harmful habits continue. So think of it this way: flaxseed is a supporting player in a much larger system of healing. Now, I also want to give you a word of caution, because as a responsible doctor, your safety comes first. If you are taking medications for blood pressure, blood thinning, or any chronic condition, it is important to introduce flaxseed gradually and, if needed, discuss it with your healthcare provider. Natural does not always mean harmless in every situation, especially when combined with medication. Listen to your body. Start slowly. Observe how you feel. True healing is not rushed. And finally, I want to leave you with something deeper than just advice. Your blood vessels are not just tubes carrying blood, they are lifelines. They carry oxygen to your brain, your heart, your muscles, every part of you that keeps you alive, active, and independent. Taking care of them is not about chasing trends or quick fixes. It is about respect for your body. It is about consistency in small daily choices. It is about understanding that even something as small as a seed, when used wisely, can become part of a powerful, life-changing habit. So start simple. 1 tablespoon, ground, consistent. Add a short walk, improve your meals, breathe a little slower, and over time, your body will respond. Not with sudden miracles, but with steady, reliable improvement, the kind that truly lasts. Because in medicine, the greatest transformations are rarely dramatic. They are quiet, consistent, and deeply powerful. Take care of your body today, so it can take care of you tomorrow.